When we built our early American style colonial farmhouse, I knew I wanted the landscaping to look like it belonged in the same era as the house. Therefore, our outdoor space also needed to embrace the simplicity of earlier times. I really wanted to create a classic, somewhat formal landscape while still yet keeping a natural, rustic charm about it. I really wanted to go with natural or authentic materials as much as possible for walkways and paths. A brick walkway leading to the front door just seemed to be the most authentic choice. Living in the country, surrounded by open prairie, I figured the best way to define a garden space is with a fence. I thought the fence would be a great way to add a touch of rustic charm. Therefore, I chose to go with a weathered picket fence instead of painting it white to match the house. In other areas of the hardscape, I chose pea gravel and pavers for a simplistic, natural, earthy look and feel. To bring a touch of formality to the garden, I created a little seating area on top of some pavers in a circular pattern amongst a large area of pea gravel. This area is loosely defined by some simple plantings of boxwood, a lilac chase tree, a willow tree, and a crepe myrtle tree, all in a corner of the garden. In another corner, a bird bath sits among flowers such as old fashioned hollyhocks, daylilies, purple salvia, and Shasta daisies. Now that the front garden has been pretty much established, we've turned our focus to the backyard. Chris is helping me with a landscaping project today that I have been thinking about for a while now. We are making stone steps down to a pathway to the chicken coop. There is a low grade slope, but we're going to be eventually adding a concrete slab at the top of the steps. So that area will be a bit higher then. We're starting off by laying the rocks out to see where we want to place them as steps. Now we're going to work on making each one level and just a bit higher than the one in front of it. Since our slope isn't quite steep enough to dig out a place for each step, we are going to be adding dirt to help create the steps. Everyone is interested in what's going on. We have an audience of chickens and 2 very nosy cows. Like this one probably just needs some
You just hold it.
Here, I'm gonna let it sit there, so just be careful. Put it like right here at the bottom.
Right there?
Yeah, quite a bit. To level it up. Just flip it back up. Yeah. Is it too high?
That's your department. I'll step.
Because we don't want to have
it's
to
gonna
have
be
too
this-
big a pile by the time we get up there. You know?
And that's a really fat rock.
Yeah. Just squish it down into that. Maybe. What do you want him to do?
Now you want it?
Take some of it away?
Yeah.
Okay. Try it again. I think that looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of those projects that doesn't have a calculated method to it. You just have to wing it, and if something doesn't look right, keep readjusting until it does. Well, that seems to be every project for me, though. The stone steps are going to be a great way to add an element of functionality in a natural, practical way, much like how things were done hundreds of years ago. But I don't know, it might work. Yeah, I think it'll be okay. After 34 years of marriage, I guess Chris just knows how to read me. So he picks the rock back up and says, better add some more dirt. Okay, try that and see what it looks like. I think that'll probably work. do one. I can't make them look right together. Just put that one there. Since the steps were getting pretty tall, we decided to take the large rock we had placed at the top and move it to the bottom. I think it's going to be a lot better there anyway. Now Chris is bringing in some more pea gravel to place in and around the stone steps. I'm just placing some larger river rock along the sides of the steps. It is a beautiful morning. I'm sure Reuben is ready to get out of the coop and start the day. Good morning, Reuben. Reuben is one of my roosters that has been getting picked on, and so I took him out of the pen. He has been enjoying life as a total free-range chicken. He easily goes right back into the coop at night for his safety. As a matter of fact, the other night I almost forgot to put him up, and so it was pretty dark when I realized it, and I came outside to lock Reuben up in the coop, and he was beside himself. He saw me come out the back door, and he just came running to me. And as soon as he got to me, I said, "Okay, Reuben, I'm going to put you in the coop." And he just walked right along with me all the way out to the coop, and I opened the door, and he hopped in. He was so glad to be put up that night. While we're on the subject of my chicken coop, I would like to point out the obvious. My coop looks like an old-fashioned outhouse. That was another way of adding some authenticity to our early American style homestead. Some other ideas would be a garden shed that looks like an old wash house, a storage or tool shed that looks like an old shanty, or a detached garage that looks like an old barn. That is something that I have, hopefully, in the works. I have honeysuckle planted alongside the chicken coop to soften the look and provide shade for the chickens. I have a rustic wooden birdhouse and bird feeder at one end of the front garden. I love the whimsical element that they bring to the garden, but mostly I love the birds. I love watching them. I love to see them enjoying what we've created as much as we do. They eat a lot though. I am surprised that they can empty this entire feeder in a day. After going inside, I spied someone else enjoying the garden. Reuben is having the best time exploring. Now he's found the bird seeds spilt on the ground from the birds. It's no wonder it's hard for me to get anything done with all this free entertainment out my windows. And there he goes. Some doves have found resting spots on top of the fence and the birdhouse. These two are taking advantage of the lawn and finding bugs to eat. They look to be a mama bird and a fledgling. I would have used the word baby bird, but I recently looked up why a mama bird would be feeding a baby bird that's as big as she is. That's when I learned that they are called fledglings and are baby birds that are big enough to leave the nest but haven't learned to catch food very well. Some other flowers that go well in the landscape of a primitive colonial home are roses and coneflowers. The coneflowers border my fence row, and you can see that I have a climbing rose planted right in front of the birdhouse. I'm hoping that it will eventually make its way up and over the birdhouse. Well, hello, Reuben. You better not be thinking about eating my flowers. I can still see you, Reuben. Okay, time to get back to work on the stone steps. I have a wheelbarrow with some more river rock and flowers to complete this project. am going to take a break from spreading gravel and plant some flowers. I'm going to plant some lantana along the sides of the steps, and hopefully they will do well and fill out this area with lots of pretty pink flowers. I'm also going to be planting some cone flowers, but first let's finish up the gravel path. Here it is, all finished. There's still a lot to do in this general area, but this particular project is complete. I hope you like how it turned out. I am actually pretty pleased with it, and I look forward to updating you on the progress of our backyard as time goes on. But probably in the next video, I'm planning to get back inside the house and share some things with you from there. So, as always, I just thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.